Something extraordinarily weird going on. Looking at Europe from the outside as well, you see such hesitancy, such a lack of will to want to take on board the AstraZeneca vaccine from medical professionals, from certain politicians, for certain age demographics, and at the same time, they seem so determined not to let anyone export this drug as well. What's going on, sir?
I think so. There's a combination of two things. One is that the narrative has become that AstraZeneca is a second-rate vaccine in Europe. It's also the vaccine which is least costly of all the vaccines available. So if you look at the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, they're about 10 times more expensive than the AstraZeneca vaccine. It's also a conventional vaccine, so it's easier to roll out. So while the EU would like its citizens to have the AstraZeneca vaccine because it's easier to deliver, it's less costly, the narrative has become that the citizens are hesitant to get the AstraZeneca vaccine.
I have real problems with our political classes at the best of times, but when you get one of the most important men in Europe saying it is quasi-ineffective for certain age groups, and then later on, about a month later, saying, oh, it's time to rehabilitate this drug, I just give up with the politicians. Do you feel the same, sir?
Yes, I think so. The politicians have not handled this very well. I think so. There are questions in terms of why they have chosen to go to AstraZeneca. When EU has had the opportunity to order more Moderna vaccines, most EU countries did not choose to order additional Moderna vaccines. They're much more expensive. They're much more difficult to deliver. So I think so. There are questions out there. I think so. New vaccines like Johnson & Johnson also have questions which will be raised in terms of acceptability within Europe. So there are issues which need to be navigated much, much better.
Aditya, can I ask you, or Professor, I should say, can I ask you, how do we balance the reopening of the economy with the pace of the vaccination program here? We've just reached this milestone now where we're talking about the over 56s being inoculated. The hospital admittance rate has dropped by something like 41%. Can we not open the economy more quickly on the basis of the success that we're seeing?
I think so. It's very problematic because the fall in the numbers is also due to the effectiveness of the lockdown. So we know that vaccination makes a difference, but it's not the entire story because a lot of the people who actually transmit the virus, younger people, including school children, that's much more controversial. But we know that the younger population, because they're more working more and given the habits, they transfer it more. They're not vaccinated. So there is always going to be this tension, how fast the economy can reopen when the vaccination program does not have very high coverage. I think so America and Israel are doing much better in terms of vaccinating its population at a faster rate than the EU or even the UK.